This might take some time and you'll be back another day. I can see us breaking down the barrier. Oh yeah. With the speed of light we cross the stratosphere. Oh yeah. We can go so far, so far away. Baby, let's go far, so far, you and me. Let's dance the night away, we're locked together far away, you and me. We'll have a celebration to an unknown destination, can't you see? I can see us breaking down the barrier. Oh yeah. With the speed of light we cross the stratosphere. Oh yeah. We can go so far, so far away. Baby, let's go far, so far, you and me. We'll dance all night till the break of dawn. Come on now, let your feelings show. Oh baby. We'll dance all night till the break of dawn. Come on now, let your feelings show. Oh baby. We'll dance all night till the break of dawn. Come on now, let your feelings show. Oh baby. We'll dance all night till the break of dawn. Come on now, let your feelings show. Oh baby.
Hi guys, how is everyone doing? I'm so sorry to add an extra minute to the countdown, but there was like one thing I needed to do and I was like running right up onto the beginning of the stream, so I hope you'll forgive me for that. But hello everyone, welcome back to Clutter Therapy, the show where we talk about organizing home, making a home that hugs you, and all of that jazz. And we also take questions and stuff from the chat. So today we are continuing our clothing storage series. Last week we talked exclusively about closets, all kinds of closets, and today we're going to focus exclusively on clothing storage, my favorite clothing storage solutions, and all of that. So before we get started, let's say hello to everybody in the chat. Hello Alyssa, hello Shamita, hello Helmi, hello Amber, hello Jane, hello Marilyn, hello Anne, hello Valentina's Crazy Kids, Martinez, hello One Cherokee Dove, hello Mary Ellen, hello Shannon, Evelyn, Marlena, and Pamela. Hello. I'm sorry if I missed anyone, but hello, and hello Erica. So I hope everyone is doing great today. I am hanging in there. So today we're going to talk about clothing storage stuff. So I know that for the Northern Hemisphere, it is getting into summer. So a lot of us are putting away or storing for the season our winter clothes. And in the Southern Hemisphere, they're getting ready for winter. So they're storing a lot of their summer clothes and summer outfits. So today we're going to review a lot of my favorite storage solutions for clothes, as well as answer some questions about clothing storage you have in the chat. So the first thing I want to talk about today is hangers. You guys know that I have a special affinity for the Velvety thin hangers, also known as, I think Joy Mangano calls them the huggable hangers. That's her brand name, but they are, I don't think that's a patented design, so they're available in, from many manufacturers, including Amazon. But I like them the best because they are thin, they are velvety, and I don't have a picture of them, but you guys know what I'm talking about. And they don't let clothes fall off them, and they give you more space in your closet. So the easiest way to make your closet look messy is to have hangers that are not uniform. So this picture has lots of different styles of hangers in the picture, and it just looks messy. There's different colors, which actually I don't think is too bad, but the different styles here, we've got some plastic, some are I can see in the back there's like one from a store, like one of those manufacturers hangers. There's some wooden hangers, and they're just all different styles, and they can make your closet appear messy and actually take up much more space than they're meant to. And this is another picture of a really messy closet. This isn't anybody's like personal closets, these are just stock photos, so don't worry. But this is in particular looks like a children's closet, and as cute as the hangers are, they're all different styles and all different sizes and colors, and creates a really inconsistent look in the closet. And the best way to make your closet look neat is to have consistent hanger size, shape, and color. Color you don't really have to do. As long as you have a consistent size and type, they look really well. But that's the easiest thing you can do for the least amount of effort, is to make your closet look easily neater, is to just grab uniform hangers. So pick whatever kind of hanger you like. I love those thin huggable hangers, as I like to call them. Also for my coats, I don't think those are enough. I think that the coats are best on these chrome. Well, I like these chrome hangers. I got these from the Container Store, but they're available from also a number of retailers. They're nice and strong, and they make a really nice clangy sort of sound when they touch each other. It's very satisfying. It's almost like a wind chime. But they look really chic as well, and I happen to like them a lot. So there's a bunch of things that I think that are really great on hangers, and some stuff that I think is not necessarily the best on hangers. I personally love to hang my t-shirts now, and my regular blouses and cardigans and stuff. Sweaters that are like thick and bulky are the best when they're not actually on hangers. You can stretch the fabrics, especially if they're made from an animal protein fabric like a cashmere, wool, silk. They can get really misshapen on a hanger. Even if you're very delicate about it, even if you're really careful about putting it on the hanger really carefully, it can still get really stretched out. So there is a way to actually hang sweaters that is a method that I am new to, but it works really well. So this is a quick video that I shot this morning for you guys. This is like one of my little sweaters, and it's made from wool. And the best way to hang your sweaters is to flatten them out on a flat surface, and then bring the arms together in half like that. And then you want to make sure that you have a suit hanger. Suit hanger is the hanger with the bar on the bottom. So shirt hangers just have that. Suit hangers have the bar because the bar is for pants, I guess. And you want to make sure that the hanger part of the hanger is in the armpit. Then you want to fold the bottom part of a sweater into underneath the bar, and then do the same with the arms. And that, my friends, is the sweater fold. That is the one damage-free way you can hang your sweaters and not have them, get stretched out and stuff. So That's a method I teach lots of clients to use because they, have lots of sweaters and maybe they want to hang them up. Maybe they don't want to put them in drawers and stuff like that, but you have to use that method in order to preserve the shape of the sweater. The next thing I'm going to talk about is if you're not going to be hanging items, you definitely want to either fold them or put them in a drawer or put them in a pile, on a folded pile. I am not a piler. And that is the other thing. I'm going to actually go backwards. So one of the things you should consider when you're organizing your clothes and figuring out how you want to organize your clothes is your personal organizing style. So I personally am not a piler. I do not do well with a pile of folded clothes. I die a little inside when I have to take the one off the bottom, and I don't actually want to take the time to fold things like t-shirts anymore. I find that folding t-shirts became burdensome to me. And it sounds, these are definitely first world problems, but when I was storing t-shirts and I folded them and put them in drawers, file folding method, and if you guys don't know what I'm talking about when I refer to it as file folding, I'm referring to this. When you open your drawer and you can see the tops of your clothes and they're folded as like if you were putting files in a drawer. I was using this method to store my t-shirts for a while. However, I personally cannot maintain this method. It gets really messy for me. Some people, it works really well for them. As far as t-shirts, I only use this when I'm storing my jeans, because I find that I store my jeans with the pockets on the outside so I can tell which pair of jeans they are, but I do the file folding. So being aware of your own behavior is going to be very helpful in trying to decide what storage solution you should implement when you're organizing your closet or your dresser or something like that. Because you have to be honest with yourself and are like, am I going to fold this t-shirt at the end of every laundry cycle and put it in a drawer like this? Or would I rather hang it up on a hanger and grab it when I need it? I love to hang all my t-shirts now, and I can just, cycle through and see which one I want to wear that day, because you guys know I am the ultimate t-shirt girl. I have a bunch of blouses too, which I wear if I need to look, nicer, but I am definitely a graphic tee girl, and I love being able to see them freely on hangers, and that's what I do. But if you are folding things in the drawer and you want to have all even folds, one of my favorite things to use is the Flipfold. Now, the Flipfold is a product that was popularized when it was shown on The Big Bang Theory. I think this might have been like 8 years ago or maybe like 10 years ago. And it was on The Big Bang Theory. You can see Sheldon there using his Flipfold. And it's a great product. I had a bunch when I was working at a Container Store. After that episode aired, I had tons of people come into the store, and they would come in the store. It was really funny. They would come in the store and be like, Flipfold? I'd be like, back there. And it was super funny. It must have been like 1 out of every 20 customers that I helped every day for weeks. Of Flipfold? Flipfold? Do you have the Flip and Fold? Yeah, I have the Flip and Fold. So there's 2 different sizes of the Flip and Fold. There is, and I shot a really quick video for you guys for the Flipfold 2. There is, oops, that's not there. There is a large size, which is the size for, men's shirts, larger men's shirts. This is like the regular Flipfold, and you can see there's 3 steps. You do in, and then up, and it makes a consistent fold. And then there's the Flipfold Junior, which I'm insulted that it's the Junior, because this is the I need, because it's the size for a petite women's shirt. So what you do is you place it upside down on the Flipfold. And I did this in a hurry, so I wasn't as neat as I probably could have been. But you want to make sure it's all on the inside. I made a little mistake there. But as far as you can see, look, 3 steps, and you've got the perfect size fold. You can get a consistent size fold by using this little device. And as you notice, the seams on the Flipfold aren't that great. I have repaired mine with some duct tape, but it still works great. Maybe they have changed the product since. I think they have. I think they've actually put some different seams on it, like mechanical seams, since the product has come out, because I do believe that was a problem. But I just fixed mine with some duct tape, and it was fine. So the Flipfold is one of my favorite favorite tools for making consistent folds. And you can make consistent folded piles of things, and it looks great in your closet. I personally, again, don't need piles of folded clothes in my closet because I cannot maintain it. I cannot maintain it. So let's talk. Did I cover all of my things about? Yes, I did. I think I did. Let's talk a little bit more about particular items of clothing and how to store them. So now we're talking a little bit more about specific items like underwear and bras. Well, first let's talk about socks. So socks. So here is the very controversial sock ball situation. I don't care about this, okay? I don't care about socks in a ball like this. This is personally how I fold my socks. Well, I don't even fold them. I ball them up and I put them in the drawer. The thing that is a problem, though, is when a lot of little socks are in a very deep drawer, then you're creating a huge problem, which my personal thing is that when things are in the bottom and in the back. And in general, I always advise that larger items be stored in larger containers and smaller items be stored in smaller containers relative to their size. So I like to keep socks on a single layer. I like to treat them just like they're on like a baking tray. So if you're baking things or you're roasting items, you like to have a single layer so that everything cooks evenly and doesn't actually steam. If you pile on a bunch of potatoes on a baking sheet and you put them in the oven, the ones on the bottom are going to steam and the ones on the top are going to roast, and you're going to have inconsistent cooking throughout. So if you have a shallower drawer, that is the place for socks. Please resist the urge to pile your socks into one of those deeper drawers. You're never going to find the socks in the bottom when you need them, or you're going to be taking 10 minutes to go through, and it's like one of those. It becomes like a ball pit, like a sock ball pit, where there's lots of socks, and you can't find your favorite pair because the one you need are at the bottom and in the back, and that's no good. So a single layer in a really shallow drawer is a really good thing. Underwear, I kind of have the same principle for. I love to have a single layer of underwear. I actually do fold them. Underwear, I do take particular care in folding them because that way I can see them all. I don't think that this is something you have to do, but I personally, and I'm not going to show my own underwear because why would I do that? Why would I do that? Excuse me. However, this photo demonstrates how I actually fold my underwear, and along with having worked at the Container Store and the Gap, I did work at Victoria's Secret as well, and this was the way I was taught to fold the underwear. So it's basically a 3-point fold. You fold in each side and then the bottoms, and then cascade them, and you can find whatever special pair you're looking for that day. And ladies and gentlemen, I know that you have feelings in the morning when you get up and you're like, what pair of underwear do I want to wear today? And you go into your little drawer and you're like, pink, yay. We all have there's weird feelings about what underwear we're feeling that day. It's really weird. Or it's just me. Anyway, I like to be able to see which pair of underwear I can grab. And that is my preferred folding method, is you prefer one side in, and then the bottom inside like that. But it's okay if you're not going to go into the trouble of folding your underwear. As long as you can find your underwear really quickly, the one that you want, then that system will work for you. But that is basically my criteria, just to get off track a little bit about how organized you are. Whatever method works for you, works for you. But if you can find a small-ish item in a very short period of time, then that system pretty much works for you. Like if you're a piler and you have piles of stuff, but you can find, the very small thing that you're looking for within that pile within a very short period of time, that's good enough for me, as it's, organized. And if it doesn't bother you, that's fine. But hopefully it'll give you some tips. If you're looking for solutions to problems, hopefully this will be helpful. The other thing that I think is good to be mindful about is bra storage. And ladies, we gotta, protect the bras because they're holding up really precious treasures. And I admit that I have been guilty in the past of folding my cups into one another, much like this. And I have discovered recently that this isn't the best for the integrity of the bra, that really the best way to fold them is just to have the bra cups nested in one another and to have them like this. So this is actually in my opinion, the perfect bra drawer because it's going to help protect the integrity of the cups, especially if there are padded cups and wires. You want to protect the form and shape of those items and treat them very gently so they last longer. And a lot of people don't have this space, but if you have the space to hang bras, that's even better for them because that protects them completely from getting misshapen. But a lot of people just don't have a space to hang bras. I know that I personally do not have a space to hang bras, but I know that a lot of people may, and that is a great option for you. If you have a dedicated space in your closet, you could have a dedicated underwear space. You could hang them both. It'd be like walking into a, what is the fancy underwear store? It's not, I want to say it starts with P. It's, oh man, I totally forgot. If somebody remembers, please put it in the chat. But there's like a fancy, like high-end underwear store that is, it's like next to like Hermes and stuff in Boston that's like real fancy. Your closet could look like one of those stores. I have not shopped in there. I just want to let you guys know because I can't afford to shop in there, but I would like to. Pass it all the time and was like, that looks nice. But alas, Target and Victoria's Secret as far as I'm willing to go. Oh, the next thing I want to talk about is storing clothes out of season. So again, Southern Hemisphere getting ready for winter, Northern Hemisphere getting ready for summer. So us are putting our winter clothes away. La Perla was the one I was referring to. La Perla is the very fancy underwear store. I wish I could shop there. Like I really do, but I can't justify paying that much. But maybe one day. Yes, La Perla. Thank you guys. And all of a sudden it came up in the chat like so many answers. Yeah. If you could have your closet look like a La Perla. My goodness. Okay. So out of season clothing is something that a lot of people like to do, and because it can free up a lot of space in your closet and have it not look so insane. I've just started doing that in the last few years, and it's been really helpful for me. The first thing, but a lot of people make mistakes when they're actually putting their clothes away. So I want to walk through the steps that I tell clients when they are putting their clothes away for winter. And the same can be applied to summer, although there's fewer rules about summer because you're not dealing with as much wool, leather, and fur or whatever. I personally don't wear fur, but same still applies for fur because it's a natural animal protein fabric. So the first thing you should do before you store clothes out of season is actually to wash them. So either take them to the dry cleaner or do the wash at home. I personally do the wash at home because it's much cheaper and it's easier for me to control. I love to use laundress products and I have to do the hand washing and hand drying, which is such a pain, but it's really well worth it because when you leave your stains that are from the season and or skin cells, let's be honest, I know this is like kind of gross for some of you, but when you're wearing things close to your body, your skin is rubbing up against it. So you've got skin cells and you've got hair in your sweater, maybe like pet hair too. In all the fabrics, you want to get rid of a lot of that stuff as much as possible before storing it because of the pest issue. Pests are very attracted to organic stains and organic materials such as your hair, skin cells, and stains from ketchup or whatever. So the idea of you want to make your sweater as least attractive to moths and pests as you can, especially when you're talking about wool and other animal protein fabrics. So the first thing you want to do is clean. And the second thing you want to do is make sure that you choose the correct container for storing your clothes. So the animal protein fibers, the wools, the leathers, the furs, the silks. You want to make sure that that container has a breathable container, is a breathable container, and you want sufficient airflow going through that container, unless you are actively trying to stop like a pest situation. If you're actively trying to stop a pest situation, you will need to air tightly close that container with your insecticide or whatever you're using. But you want to make sure that you free your clothes after a number of, like, I think a couple of weeks. I think it takes like naphthalene to work to kill moths. But however, I would rather clients not get to this point because naphthalene, which is the molecule that mothballs are, the active ingredient in mothballs, is toxic if you eat it. So it's dangerous to use around pets and children, and does basically smell bad. I mean, actually, a funny story. So when I went to a 2-year pre-med program, like a post-baccalaureate, like night program, and I had to take organic chemistry. And part of the lab experience was we were supposed to identify a substance from its like melting temperature, its structure, its boiling temperature. So they gave us all of these little substances, and we were supposed to guess what they were based on us experimenting on them. And the first one we made was naphthalene, and I didn't even have to like put it under the microscope or test its melting point or whatever, because it's got such a specific smell that I knew exactly what it was. I'm like, oh well, this one's naphthalene, let's just go to the next one. By the way, organic chemistry lab, least favorite lab of all time. Like, I loved bio lab, I loved regular chemistry lab, but organic chemistry lab stressed me out because there are like explosions happening. It's dangerous. There's like NaOH over there. Like, you don't want to get caught up in it. That was the only lab where I was like, am I going to have to get in like the shower where you have to take your clothes off and like get underneath the shower, if you get some acid or base on your face or, anyway, but I liked the organic chemistry class. So aside, getting back to what we were talking about, you want to make sure that, except if you're trying to get control of a pest situation, you want to make sure that your natural fabrics can breathe. I even want to make sure that plant-based fabrics, like things made of hemp or cotton, also get a little bit of breathability, but they're safer to put in plastic. I'm always hesitant to like airtight, storing clothes. But the next thing you want to consider is where you're going to store this container full of your lovely, precious, out-of-season clothes. And the one place you want to avoid, that a lot of people like to choose, is the garage or the basement. Please, if you're going to put your clothes for the season in the basement, consider a dehumidifier or a product called Damp Rid or something like that to absorb the ambient humidity, because if your clothes are down there for like 6 months, even 3 months, you can get musty and moldy and smelly. And when you go to get your clothes in November or December, it can be very disappointing. So please consider the humidity. So you want to store your clothes in a cool, dry place. Now, you can either store them in a separate closet or in a, on the top. Where I put my clothes is on the top shelf of my current closet because I'm short and I don't really go up there. So, and I also like to tell clients to resist the urge to really pack the container full. I get into a lot of arguments with people. I'm like, no, there's too much stuff in there. Please, like, take some out, because you don't want to pack your clothes in, because then you're also creating a situation where your clothes can't breathe. So resist the urge to really pack the container full, because you're going to get into a lot of trouble if it's like if your air can't flow sufficiently through the container. I'm a mess today, you guys. I've been kind of a mess all through this morning. The next thing you want to do when you're considering storing your clothing for the season is repelling bugs. You want to make sure that you repel them, because I want to make sure that, because a pound of prevention is worth, and that's not right. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So I want to make sure that clients don't get to the point where there's an active pest situation. You want to just repel insects, and you can do that with something that's totally harmless, like cedar, mint. There's like little herb packets that work really well, that you will need to replace them, because after they lose their potency, you want to make sure that you buy new ones. And in the case of cedar planks and cedar blocks, the outside of them does oxidize and lose their potency. So you want to make sure you grab a sandpaper and sand them down, because that will release one layer of cedar, and then it will expose the new layer of cedar with the aromatics. So if you can't smell the cedar, neither can the moths. So you want to make sure that you can actually smell the cedar before you put it in with your clothes. And that usually repels insects and moths. Sometimes it doesn't work, but most of the time it does. And that's why people have cedar closets and cedar chests, is that they're very unattractive. I think cedar smells amazing. I think it smells so beautiful. Lavender does work too in the chat. Lavender does work. So there's somebody asking about space bags. I'm not a huge fan of the space bags for clothes, but I don't mind space bags for linens. Like if you have your out of season like pillows and blankets and towels and stuff like that, I think that they hold up better to that sort of treatment. I have put my clothes in space bags before. When I moved, I put all my clothes in space bags and put them in boxes, but only because some of those boxes were going to be in storage, and I did not want to have bugs get in, and I just was going to take the chance. They were only supposed to be in there for like 2 months, right? Was it 2 months? I think it was like 2 months, but it ended up being like, how long were we in the suburbs? I think we were in there for like 3 or 4 months, but so it ended up to being longer than I anticipated, but it does sometimes hurt the integrity of the fibers, and it can actually misshape your clothes, especially in terms of like things that are like with tulle and stuff. So you're gonna have to work up the shape of the clothes again, especially if you have like a nice tulle skirt, or leather I think doesn't do that great in space bags. Just they don't hold up as well. So I think fabrics that are like linens and stuff are fine, like shower curtains and stuff, pillows, but clothing, it was like my last choice. So yeah, the vacuum seal bags are fun though, but it's like my last choice. Yeah, and it's good for freeing up space in your luggage. They have those travel space bags that you can, you don't need a vacuum for, you just press them down and like roll them. Those are cool. Those are great for if you have things that are really bulky and are taking up space, like a fleece or something like that in your luggage. But they're great because you're not keeping them in that bag for weeks. Hopefully, you're only keeping them in there for the length of your travel. So it's great. Hi, Assembled. Hello, welcome to the chat. Assembled. I'm so glad you have a YouTube thing. So getting back to the out of season storing, you want to make sure that stuff is clean. You want to make sure stuff is well taken care of and in a cool, dry place. I love those fabric boxes that Rice and Tell used to make. I don't know if I feel like they're discontinued. So, but I want to find something very similar. I have a confession. I have really behind today and haven't filled in the description at all with any links. I apologize. I hopefully will get that done by the end of the week. But I will try to recommend some good clothing storage boxes or containers so that you guys have somewhere to go if you're interested in storing your out of season clothes. As far as shoes are concerned, I want to make sure that everyone remembers that you want to make sure that you're thinking about your clothing storage style. A lot of people like to put shoes on shelves. They like to put shoes in boxes. I'm a box girl myself, and I don't mind that, putting my shoes in a box that has a lid. The only thing about boxes that have lids on them is that in order to get to the one at the bottom, if you've piled them 3 high, you have to unstack it and then open the top and get to that pair. I don't mind doing that, but for people who don't want to do that, a drop front shoebox is a great solution because you can get to any pair of shoes you want. You just have to open the front. Those are more expensive, but they're much more convenient. I like to keep my dress shoes in clear boxes because these are the least frequently used shoes, because if shoes are just sitting there, y'all know they're going to get dusty. And I hate a dusty shoe. I hate it so much. But my regular rotation shoes, which I always find are maybe 4 pairs, are always out for me to grab. My shoes right now, because we're in quarantine, so we're just going walking, are basically tennis shoes. And right now we've got this Alpha door and wall rack, which is my favorite thing in the world, to hold all of our everyday walking shoes. So just when you're organizing your closet, just figure out which shoes you're reaching for all the time. And I usually can tell it's usually down to like 5 or 6 pairs, because the other shoes are like special occasion shoes. I'm sorry for the noise. There's like a very exciting train action going on. And those could be easily accessible for you to grab, and they're not going to get super dusty if you're grabbing at them all the time, but everything else can, go to a little more a little harder to get at solution. Yes, and the clear plastic shoe drawers, I'm actually going to put this in the chat, are my favorite. They're awesome, and they're great for they're great because they're affordable. I think that a box of boxes, I think they sell them in like packages of 20. I think it might be like $30. I'm not sure anymore because I know the price went up since I have no longer worked there. But and they come in different sizes. They have a men's size, which is just really a bigger size. They should just say a bigger size, because I know that some of my friends have big feet and they're women and they're just very feminine. They're not men's shoes. And then they have like a regular size, and then there's other sizes. They're basically part of their like modular plastic box collection, and they're great. I think Container Store owns the mold to those boxes. They're made by Iris. But they are exclusive to the Container Store. So, and they are modular, so all of the boxes fit on each other. So they're really cool, and they can be used anywhere in the house. I have shoe boxes, but I also have boxes that are shoe boxes that are filled with other things because they're so great. I actually have some down in the garage that are just hanging out. I have to clean them up, but they were used to store like tools and stuff in my last apartment. Yeah, size 9 in the house. See, some ladies have the larger feet and they need the larger, box. I met my friend, one of my very best friends, size 10 and 11, and she's, it's insulting to say that she needs like a men's shoe box. So, and I have a big foot actually for my own size. Like I have 5'1" and I weigh like 110 pounds, but I have a size 8 foot. I don't know how that works. I think, I have like flippers. So I have big hands and feet. But I can swim really well, and I like flippers. Like, so I got you in the water if you need saving. Let's see. Is that all I had prepared? I think it was all I had prepared, all the talking I had prepared. 135. Oh my gosh. We had we got Erica size 12 in here. Girl. Yes. And I have a client actually who's a size 13 shoe, and needs to like shop in special places to find her size. So the struggle is real out there. We all have our own struggles in like finding clothes that fit, for our unique bodies. I have like a small calf, but a large foot, right? So when I was trying to find riding boots like back in the 90s, it was really difficult like to get like small calf size 8. It was very challenging. And now I think I have like custom sizes and they can get like narrow calf size, but back in the 90s it was really difficult to get a proper, especially in a dress boot, which is the riding boot that doesn't have the zipper. to get that in a narrow calf, and I had to wear like regular size calves for years, and I looked stupid, but you know, whatever. So we got one closet question from a viewer named Candace, and I'm just going to flash a couple of pictures of her closet on this screen. So I think this is her husband's closet. The problem with this closet is it's got one of those deep wing walls on the left. It's 36 inches. I can actually see, here's a floor plan view. So I can see, I'm going to push this over to this side. It's a floor plan view, and you can see if you can, oh, this is like not mirrored. If you can see, this is the view from the top down, and on the left here, there's 36 inches, but on the right, there's only 12 inches. So I'll show you guys the pictures again. And it's also a very short closet. So there's no chance for double hanging in here. So what I recommend, again, is a custom solution. I would definitely do something custom because, and let's be honest, oh, I'm like out here, be honest that like a double hanging solution is not going to work for this closet because it's so short. So I recommend that you either grab a custom solution that has a drawer unit in the middle so that you can do hanging on either side, or that you grab a solution that has shelves on the bottom and then room for your laundry solution, because it's going to be better if you get something that is custom made for that space. The 36-inch wing wall on this side is going to be really problematic, and it's only good for hanging usually, because you can slide things back and forth. But if you get a custom solution, because I can see that in your closet, let me just bring it back up again. You've got I guess it's a closet made system. I don't want to say, you know, the brand specifically, but it looks like closet made system. You can buy them at like Home Depot. It does tend to have a stopping point where the hanger is. Oh, thanks for the thumbs down. It's got a stopping point. I hope you have a better day. And it can become a situation on the left side if you're not able to drag things very far. So a custom solution, I think, is going to be the best solution for you. And I think you're going to have to use your floor, but only with intention. So either a shoe rack on the bottom or a set of drawers. And I know your husband said he doesn't want to lean over and grab that stuff, so which is why I suggested that maybe shelving on the bottom and drawers in the middle where you're most stacked, like where your body is, so that you can grab them. But I definitely suggest to seek out a custom solution, either something affordable like Alpha from the Container Store, or something, you know, more sophisticated, nicer, custom. I know that there's a really great affordable custom closet company here that I used to consult with, who does very affordable solutions and has really great customer service. I don't know where you live, but I would definitely, that's Candace, you're in the room. I would definitely seek out a custom solution, either with drawers in the middle or shelving on the bottom. And I would definitely not use the shelves on I think that was the right side. The ones with the 12-inch wall, that 12-inch wing wall, those shelves I think are not useful. I think just extend the hanging all the way over to that side. And I don't think you're going to be able to get any use out of the other wall. I guess it's going to be wall D, where your 36-inch wing wall is going to be either. So I recommend you go hanging all the way across, or because you can't do double hanging. I'm sorry, it's one of those closets where things just aren't possible. It's a bummer if it's like really short, and you know, because you're going to have your hanging solution all the way at the top. But a custom solution might be great, because they can either do, especially if they have like one of those like box closet solutions, cabinet closet solutions, you can get your hanging to be all the way at the top, and then you're going to be able to maximize your space. Candace, what you're looking at the system at IKEA. Great, perfect. And that's a great affordable system. I love IKEA. I have mixed feelings about stuff reopening right now. Because at the time of filming this, it's June 17th, and we're in the middle of a pandemic, and things are opening, sort of. But I definitely am glad that IKEA has opened, at least. They're open for shopping, but I don't think I'm ready to go inside the store yet. I'm ready to go pick up. Oh, I'm not worried about thumbs down. Thumbs down counts just as much as thumbs up counts on YouTube. So if anybody accidentally hits thumbs down, it's just as good as a thumbs up on YouTube. YouTube doesn't care. YouTube just wants you to do something. So whether you comment, thumbs down, thumbs up, or share the video, they loves it. They loves it. YouTube loves it. Thumbs downs are part of YouTube. It's it helps equal out the system, because not everything's perfect. You want to make sure that you have the good with the bad. No IKEA where you live, F Doctor. That's terrible. I love IKEA. Like, I'm gonna be honest, with IKEA and Container Store are like my two favorite places, along with like Home Goods. I love Home Goods, but IKEA is probably the most fun place you can go shopping for me, because it has everything and they have all those displays, and I get crazy. Yeah, the pack system from IKEA, Debbie, is really, really, really great. It's kind of a do-it-yourself cabinet closet system, and it's very affordable, and if you take good care of it, then it's fantastic. Yeah, Allie Jane, yeah, I'm giving you all the down low on the back end of YouTube. YouTube is a really interesting platform because of the choices of interaction they give you. I mean, personally, I would think that they would benefit from taking down the thumbs down. Doesn't really help the creator in any way. It's just hurts your feelings. So there's no reason that they should include that. There's no thumbs down on Twitter, right? You can only like a post. So there's no reason to have that as a feature in YouTube, and hopefully they will maybe in the future take that away. Because I remember they used to have a rating system too. This is like old school YouTube, like rating system back in the day. So there's just things that aren't helpful, and then it's like thumbs down, get rid of it. The IKEA maze is overwhelming to me. Yeah, you wouldn't want to get stuck in an IKEA during the pandemic. I don't know if you guys saw, but I think 4 months ago, right before the shutdown, we did my friend Lorna and I went to IKEA together, and it was her first time in IKEA, and she's from London. Well, she's from Great Britain, and she had never been in an IKEA, and I'm like, how? So we went to IKEA, and she was overwhelmed. We were both overwhelmed, and we both got lost. But it's really fun. I love the displays, and you get all kinds of fun ideas. The only thing about IKEA is I do recommend going and touching things, because sometimes you see stuff online, it looks awesome, and then you go to see it in person, and it's junky. This is the same with the the Tronas containers. I think they're called Tronas. And hi Victoria. And they look awesome online, and they look great when they're set up, but if you go see them in person, they're really plasticky. I think they're still great, but they're very, very plasticky. Jane, you remember that video? Yeah. She's funny. I mean, some people didn't like how kind of snarky she was, but that's just the way that she is, and that's kind of the way that we are when we're out. The way that we are with each other. My group of friends and I are very kind of a snarky ladies. And we, just like to make jokes all the time and enjoy each other's company. I thought it was fun, because and we ended up having a good time shopping there. But I definitely need to go pick up at IKEA, because we don't have any outdoor furniture yet still. And it's June 17th. It's real sad. And I want to buy some herbs to put outside, because I haven't been able to germinate any from seed. So I need a mint plant, and I have a basil plant, and I need a cilantro plant, although the cilantro plant kind of peters out really quickly. You have to reseed them every now and again. But yeah, we just need some table and chairs and some decorations out there. That'll be a whole video, so don't you worry. Oh, it looks like our groceries are here. My husband has entered and has brought in the groceries. Yeah. So yes, Debbie, European humor is dry. I feel like, you know, we were just, you know, hanging out and having a good time and, you know, making fun of stuff, which we do all the time because we're both admiring stuff and loving it, but also like, you know, making fun of stuff, especially the big pile of boxes that they were selling for $20 that we were like building things. We were like, why would you buy this? And we were just, you know, making fun of it and teasing. So it was just a bit of good fun. Nothing, you know, nothing very, you know, nothing to get upset about. Can we do kitchen next week? Oh, have I not done kitchen? I don't think I've done kitchen. So yeah, we can do kitchen next week. Yeah, heck yeah. I totally have been behind on like actually scheduling these. So I will definitely be open to doing kitchen next week because I know that we did pantry, but we didn't do like kitchen in general. So I do have some things that I tell clients on the regular about their kitchen. Kitchen is the most disorganized place in the house because it is the most used and gets used by the most people. And that is the qualifier. I think there are two areas that tend to get really insane in people's houses. One of them is the kitchen, because sometimes the kitchen serves as a drop zone, which is really dangerous. Like you come and drop your mail and stuff like that. Everyone is saying hi to you, Eve, in the chat. He's not coming on here. He's very camera shy. And the entryway happens to be very, very like crazy because everyone's there. Oh, look who's here. Clover, come here. Come on up. He came to say hello. He just had his walk and he wanted to make sure that everyone saw him. And he said hello. He needs a bath. Oh, he's got some foliage. The problem with a long-haired dog is that when they come in from outside, yeah, the open door's bothering me too, Lash Love. When they come in from outside, you get this stuff in their fur. Oh, he said hi in the chat. Look at that. Hello. Clover, I think he was smelling the groceries. I haven't done a kitchen must-haves yet. That's a great idea for a video. You guys are giving me great content ideas. Because I have, I'm planning for July. I'm going to be honest. Because I pre-filmed all of the rest of the videos for June. But I am still searching for July content. Yeah, Bean is like, so he's got such a good life. The last 10 minutes we're just gonna talk about, you know, whatever. He's got such a great life sometimes, and I'm like, I'm really jealous and I want to be him sometimes because he literally, like, this is his day, right? I'm so jealous. He sleeps until we get up. Right? When he was a puppy and he slept in the crate, he would wake up every day at 7 and wake me up and like put his little paw up against the crate door. And then he started sleeping in the bed with us. And now he sleeps as long as we do. Like if I sleep till 9, he'll sleep till 9. If I sleep till 10, he'll sleep till 10. But normally I don't allow him to sleep till 10. I get up between 7:30 or 7 and 8. So he eats around 7 o'clock, right? Breakfast. And then he goes to the bathroom and does his business. And then he'll grab a toy. Usually his favorite, he's got a favorite toy, which I think I showed you guys last week with the little pineapple. That thing is so gross, but he loves that stupid toy. He grabs his little toy. He must play with it a little bit. And then he goes on a nice long walk with mommy and daddy. This is his Clover's quarantine routine you're getting. He goes on a nice walk with mom and daddy. Sometimes he'll play the BLLL when they're out there. He has a great time. And he comes in and he sleeps for like 5 hours. And then he eats dinner. And he goes and poops. And then he plays. And then he goes to bed. I am jealous. Like, why is that not my day? I'm so jealous. Although he doesn't like when he gets groomed. He doesn't like it. Let's go and see what's going on in the chat. Yes, groceries must be being approved. There might be, because you know what, there's probably some vegetables in there. He's a vegetable dog and loves the vegetables. Loves the vegetables. Allie, bedroom closet is so much higher inside than the doorway is. Some bins of little used stuff up above. We'll have to get a ladder. Yeah. Yeah. Having a step stool inside the closet all the time, I find to be incredibly useful. And I have multiple step stools for every space that has a shelf too high for me to reach. And that is a decision that I do not regret. So I have currently, I need to buy another step stool, but I have 3 step stools because I have one in the utility closet, one in the kitchen, and I have one in the laundry closet. I actually should just put one in the master closet, but right now I have no place to put it where it doesn't look crazy. But I could just get a little tiny one and fold it and put it somewhere. We're doing a closet video a little later in the month, but it's like short people. I don't regret it. I do not regret it. I know I could write a book about Clover and his cuteness. Paper organization. That is something I am working on. This gets to be a very hard video. I've done a few videos on paper organization and filing. They tend to be more difficult videos to make because because a lot of people have specific needs. If you have a business, you might have different needs than if you're like a regular person who has a regular W-2 job and they don't need to store documents, especially concerning. But I'll give you guys a little preview. I hate papers because they keep coming into your house and people keep sending them to you unsolicited, right? So because like my doctor decided to move his practice to another location, but instead of them calling me or sending me an email, I got a letter. And now I have to to deal with this paper and shred it or save the information. So I find the paper to be a very consistent and continuing problem with more people. And the fewer papers you actually store, the better it usually is for someone's life, unless they have a business. But I do like to digitize as much as possible. But things like old bills that you've already paid, you don't need to keep. As well as I have issues with keeping every single greeting card you receive for the rest of your life. It became very burdensome. So we will definitely explore that a little later. I have papers. It's huge. It's very triggering. Yeah, Mary Ellen, step stool in the bedroom closet has been very useful. I've always had the tallest step stool in the bedroom closet. I had it stored in my last apartment. I had it stored behind my long hanging because it was easy for me to grab and easy for me to hide. This closet is a little bit differently structured, so I'm going to have to figure something out. But I still want to just have a little step stool in here just so that I can grab stuff because I just hate having to leave the room, go to my utility closet, grab that step stool, come back in, and then do the thing, and then go and put that back. It just seems to waste a lot of time and effort. So a nice step stool in the closet is worth the money and having the extra items. There's a couple of things where I'm I definitely, it's okay to have duplicates of if you have more than one pair of scissors and you use them for different things. I have a pair of scissors that I use for regular everyday projects, and then I have a specific pair of scissors that I keep with gift packaging to cut wrapping paper or craft paper and stuff. And then I have a pair of scissors that I keep with my organizing kit. So I think it's okay to have duplicates of items that have you need to have in a kit. But usually I like to keep my items down to a minimum, of course. Let's see what else is paper's the bane of my existence. It's coming into your house and it's coming unsolicited, and that's the part that makes it the hardest to manage. You're getting letters, you're getting invitations, you're getting junk mail, you're getting bills, you're getting all kinds of stuff that you didn't ask for, and having to keep. The best thing you can do really is to keep on top of it and to deal with it as soon as it comes in the house. That's not going to be everyone's behavior, but that's the best way to deal with it systematically. Because letting it pile up, it becomes like a procrastination pile. And I am guilty of being a procrastinator. I will let things accrue until it becomes, to me, insurmountable. And these are things tasks I have to do. Like I have this list of tasks that I need to do. And the longer I wait to do those tasks, the more insurmountable it appears to me. And procrastination is actually quite harmful behavior, right? Because the longer you let it linger, the more repercussions you have. Like you pay late bills, or you are late replying to somebody, or it's just going to take too long. But however, this is my own personal flaw. So I like to encourage people, and I've gotten a little better about this as I've gotten older, to deal with the mail as soon as it comes into the house. Reply to a letter that comes in. Decide whether or not you're going to attend something if it's an invitation. Pay your bill as soon as possible as it comes in the house. Acknowledge a change of address form from your doctor, and then shred that information. It's less overwhelming. The less you have to deal with, the more you're going to be able to keep up with it. But it's a nightmare. It's a nightmare. Oh, there are also some suggestions for the never have I ever attack. I don't know what that is. I think I've seen it come up on my feed because I watch a lot of plant channels. Of course. Oh, do you have to drink a beverage during it? Of course the beverage can be non-alcoholic. Well, I mean, that would be cool. I don't have a problem with alcoholic beverages, as you can see. There's a video coming up on my channel in which I actually styled my wall bar. So I actually did touch vodka and gin. I hope nobody's gonna be offended from that video, but it's really just to help people who are stuck when they want to have a bar cart, but they don't know what to do because they don't have room for it, which is my situation. I wanted to have a bar cart, but I didn't have the floor space to allocate to it. So instead, we put our bar with our wine and spirits and glasses and all that stuff on the wall, and it created a really beautiful wall with botanicals and all that stuff. And it was a very fun styling project that I did. So preview. I think that video is set to go live on Friday, so hope you guys are looking forward to that. Various ways of cataloging photographs. You guys are giving me all the ideas. I have to write these down, or I could go back in the chat and review these. Yeah, photograph. Cataloging photographs is a very time-consuming project, and something I actually started doing a few years ago. I always encourage people, if they can, to get rid of those boxes of photos and either repurpose them or put them in a scrapbook or in a photo album where they're going to be able to enjoy them, or to digitize them. Because I was actually gifted from brands 2 different digital frames, which are amazing, and they will cycle photographs, and you can look at them and enjoy them, and you can add photographs. The skylight frame in particular was very cool because people can send you photographs. Like if they have your skylight address, your mom and dad can send you a photograph, and it's really cool. So I loved those products. So, oh good, somebody's excited for the wall bar. Good. I had mixed feelings about filming this video a bit, but I'm like, whatever. I'm not gonna hide the fact that I indulge in an adult beverage every now and again, and it's not like I'm like, here's how I organize my I don't know, something terrible closet. Hi Carla, how are you? Well, I hope that you guys had learned something or were inspired by today's live stream, and are looking forward to organizing your clothing storage solutions. We may revisit this topic at some point, but those are the things I had for today. So as requested, next week we will do kitchen. So just like every other week, if you guys want to submit a video or a photo, I think there's a limit to how long the video can be, or a certain file format that is accepted for videos. I'm not sure. Some people have had problems submitting the video. If you want to submit a video and you are having problems with the form, please email me and we will work it out that way, because I love to see videos. But otherwise, if you're having some kitchen issues, I'd love to hear them. So down below, I think the link for the clutter therapy submission is down below, so you guys can submit your kitchen problems. I probably will be able to get to a few, like 3 at the most. But if there are extras, we'll just continue next week, because I love talking about kitchens. So I hope you guys, oh, don't worry about a book nerd. No, I know. I hope you guys are having a great morning, great afternoon, great evening, wherever you are. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.